Red yeast rice is often marketed as a natural cholesterol-lowering supplement, a gentle alternative to prescription statins for people hoping to avoid drug side effects. But the truth is more complex and potentially more dangerous. While it may sound like a harmless fermented food product, red yeast rice contains a powerful compound called monocolin K, which is chemically identical to levastatin, a prescription statin drug used to lower LDL cholesterol. In other words, taking red yeast rice is pharmacologically the same as taking a statin, but without any of the protections, quality controls, or monitoring that come with prescription medications. That's not a small detail. Statins are among the most thoroughly studied drugs in modern medicine. When a doctor prescribes levastatin, they account for your liver function, your other medications, your cardiovascular risk, and potential side effects. You receive a standardized dose of a pure, regulated compound, and you're typically monitored with blood tests to check for liver enzyme elevations or muscle damage. Red yeast rice, on the other hand, is sold over the counter in wildly varying formulations, often without accurate labeling, safety warnings, or physician involvement. The concentration of monocolin K in red yeast rice supplements can differ dramatically from one product to another, even within the same brand or batch. Some supplements may contain almost no active ingredient and be completely ineffective, while others may contain dangerously high amounts that significantly increase the risk of side effects like liver toxicity, muscle pain, rhabdomyolysis, muscle breakdown, and kidney damage. And unlike prescription statins, which are purified and tested for contaminants, red yeast rice products have been found in some cases to contain citrinin, a nephrotoxic mold byproduct that can damage the kidneys and is banned in several countries. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has attempted to regulate red yeast rice when its monocolin K content crosses certain thresholds, classifying it as an unapproved drug rather than a supplement. But the supplement industry has fought back with reformulations, labeling tricks, and inconsistent disclosures, creating a regulatory gray zone that leaves consumers unprotected. In practice, people are taking prescription-level cholesterol drugs under the guise of natural medicine, with none of the safeguards required for real pharmaceuticals. Another problem is user behavior. People who avoid statins often do so out of fear of side effects, of being on medications for life, or of pharmaceutical dependence. These individuals are unlikely to inform their doctors that they're taking red yeast rice, which leads to dangerous situations. If they develop unexplained liver problems, muscle pain, or fatigue, their doctor may not consider a statin-like substance as the cause. Worse, if they later require true statin therapy, they may experience additive toxicity or unexpected drug interactions if they continue red yeast rice in parallel. There's also the issue of lack of medical supervision. Statin therapy is adjusted based on lab results and cardiovascular risk scores. Red yeast rice users rarely follow up with lipid panels, liver function tests, or assessments of muscle damage, e.g., creatine kinase levels. This means that side effects or organ strain may go completely unnoticed until damage is advanced. Moreover, if red yeast rice fails to lower cholesterol sufficiently because the dose is too low or inconsistent, users may remain at high cardiovascular risk while falsely believing they're protected. What makes this especially concerning is the illusion of safety created by the label natural. Red yeast rice is derived from rice fermented with a yeast called Monascus purpureus, but the end product is not a food. It is a complex, unstandardized cocktail of statin-like compounds, fermentation byproducts, and potential contaminants, many of which are biologically active and not well studied in long-term human use. This means that not only can it cause the same side effects as statins, it can actually be more dangerous due to unpredictable dosing and lack of oversight. To make matters worse, many people combine red yeast rice with other cholesterol-lowering supplements like niacin, fish oil, or plant sterols, creating the risk of cumulative organ burden. Add alcohol, acetaminophen, or prescription drugs like antifungals or macrolide antibiotics, which interact with statins, and the risk of liver injury or rhabdomyolysis increases sharply. The takeaway is simple but critical. Red yeast rice is not a soft alternative to statins. It is a statin. But it's a statin you take blindly, without knowing how much you're ingesting, how your body is responding, or what contaminants may be tagging along. You're getting the pharmacological effect without the pharmaceutical safety net. If your goal is to manage high cholesterol, speak with a healthcare provider. There are now multiple types of statins and alternative treatments that can be tailored to your needs, with proper dosing and lab monitoring. If you are determined to use red yeast rice, it should be treated with the same seriousness as a prescription drug, only under medical supervision, with regular liver tests and full awareness of the risks. The idea that natural equals safe is one of the most dangerous myths in modern health culture. Red yeast rice is a powerful example of how that myth can backfire, sometimes with permanent consequences.